What's good, YouTube? It's your boy OPZ coming at y'all with another tier list video. Today I'm gonna be checking out Post Malone. He came out with a new country album, F1-Trillionaire. I've heard a few of the singles, like in passing, out and about, but I haven't really sat down and listened to the album, so today I'm gonna give it a shot and rank it for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Let's get it. Alright, to start off the album, we've got Wrong Ones featuring Tim McGraw. I personally really love both of their parts. I liked how it was similar, but they both spoke on different things, but you know, they both came off with the same kind of intention, same kind of flow, and you know, both in the same box, but it was definitely beautiful. The guitar solo was awesome, the singing in the background was beautiful, the chorus was nice. I really liked everything about it. That's definitely an S tier song in my opinion. I don't have much else to say on it, really. I really hope the rest of the album comes with that. Okay, so next up we've got Finer Things with Hank Williams, I think? Hank Williams Jr. Really enjoyed this one. I've never heard country flexing. Just to give you guys some background, I'm not the biggest country fan. I did work at Texas Roadhouse for a long time, so I listened to a lot of country just by working there, and you know, this wasn't the type of country that was playing a lot of the times. I really enjoyed this kind of stuff. That one's also S tier. I'm not seeing any misses so far. If we could let's just do the whole album. Let's just fill out this S tier category, please. That'd be awesome. That's honestly funny I brought up Texas Roadhouse because I Had Some Help was the one song that was on that playlist. I looked forward when this song came on. I do think, you know, that the lead single can sometimes get overplayed, and this probably has for a lot of people. Does that take it out of S tier? It might, honestly. Honestly, I can't just glaze everything because I like this a lot. I'm liking this a lot, so I'm gonna put this in A tier. You know what I'm saying? It is an S. Nope, it's going in S tier. It's an S tier song, man. Just because the song gets overplayed by the radio or whatever, by playlists, doesn't mean it's a bad song. You know what I'm saying? So I'm putting it in S tier. I really like this song. I know it almost word for word just from hearing it so many times, like out in public. So I enjoy it every time I'm singing it in public. So that's S tier. That's S tier, man. All right. So Pour Me a Drink, I also really enjoyed. I'm starting to see a trend here that this is my kind of music. Blake Shelton killed it. Post Malone killed it. I almost want to pour me up a little whiskey, a little something in a cup after listening to that. I can put that back on, repeat it, drink, and be happy. You know, smile on my face, cheesing for real. Yep, I'm really enjoying it. This is by far the best album I reviewed so far. Album of the year, in my opinion, honestly. So next up, we've got Have the Heart featuring Dolly Parton. I didn't even know Dolly Parton was still making music. That's amazing. Like, I know I live in the, you know, sort of area around there, you know, was it Dolly World or something? So, you know, I thought she was kind of retired. That's awesome that she's making music, and wow, she sounded amazing. Like, that was, you know, a beautiful song. It was great. I don't know if it has the replayability factor, in my opinion, to be S tier, but it's definitely A tier. Like, I wouldn't be mad if that's on. It's just, I don't know if it's on the same level of these, you know what I'm saying? But it's definitely like banger category for sure, like A plus. If it could be going in between right here, it would go in between. But I mean, wow, that was a beautiful song. I have nothing bad to say about that song at all. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna be real with y'all, like completely 100% honest with you guys. Okay. How do I do this? Hold on. First time here. Yep, okay. And we're just gonna... Okay, and we're just gonna... And we're gonna... Where's that? Right there. That is quite possibly one of the best songs I've ever heard in my entire life. I don't know why I've been missing out on this. I don't know why you guys have been gatekeeping me on this. Should have put me on. I'm really, you know, kind of offended that you wouldn't feel disrespected personally. But I'm speechless about how good that song was. I mean, I wouldn't say I have the most personal connection to some of the problems, or not problems, but it just, wow, you can feel energy, you can feel soul, you can feel what he's trying to deliver. He can't give her what he doesn't have. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just such a, to be put that way in such an elegant manner with such grace and such, um, I want to say, like, such ability. You know, it's kind of like when you see somebody who's really good at something, like, do it and just do it so easily. You're just like, they didn't even care. They just did it. That's what that was like for me. Like, that put me in another realm. And man, that was amazing. I new first here on OPZ's tier lists, S plus tier. What Don't Belong to Me by Post Malone. Go check it out if you have not. Like, I don't care if you call me a glazer. I really don't. This is a lot of glaze right here. A lot of glaze. And I don't care. Call me Krispy Kreme. Alright. So we finally found something that's not blowing my mind. Okay. It goes without saying with Brad Paisley is next. I'm not saying I didn't like it at all. It's just, I think every one of these songs kind of did something better, in my opinion. I'm going to put it in the mid tier. It, I couldn't put my tongue on why it didn't move me. I don't know, it just kind of seemed, I don't want to say repetitive, because it wasn't very repetitive, but it just kind of seemed pretty normal, pretty average. I don't know, I'm sorry if this is your favorite song on the album, I really am, but I wouldn't be mad if that was on, but I wouldn't search that one out off this album. Like, out of everything I've heard so far, I'm not going to go search that one out. That's just my personal opinion, though. Wow. Guy for that, I really want to put it in S+. I'm gonna. They both absolutely obliterated that track. I'm talking there's nothing left. Not even a crumb, not a morsel, not a particle. They say matter cannot be destroyed. They cooked whatever beat that was right there, boy. Holy, like, I'm speechless again. There's nothing I'd change. There's nothing I would alter. I wouldn't edit. I wouldn't put a filter on that. I would just do it how it is. Like, I want to go see that in concert now. Yesterday, in fact. I know he came through, and I didn't get to see him, and I'm kind of upset now that I didn't get to go see this on tour, because, wow. Okay, so Nosedive is up next. I feel like that one's going in A. It didn't really change anything for me. It didn't really subtract from the album. It didn't really add, like, the most crucial piece ever. I like the message, and I feel like that's why it's not in mid. The message is really good, you know, getting back up. You got to appreciate, you know, the downs in life. You can't just, it's all beautiful. All of life is beautiful, and I really like that. It just didn't really, you know, I don't know, it just wasn't on the same level, in my opinion. I'm sorry to keep saying the same thing, but it definitely had a reason to listen again, but I wouldn't put that on my playlist, if that makes sense. But yeah, definitely a really good song. I really appreciate the message, and I feel like we should talk more about, you know, when you're down in life, when you're upset, when you're not going through the best things, it's still, like, you still have to appreciate that you're alive. There's people going through much worse things, and there always is somebody going through something much worse, and that kind of puts it in perspective for you about how you can feel better about your situation. And, you know, you're not always in as bad of a situation as you feel like you're in. Sometimes you magnify it yourself and make your own situation compound and bigger than what it is, you know what I'm saying? So that's just some advice. Alright, so next up we've got Losers featuring Jelly Roll. I haven't really listened to a lot of Jelly Roll. I've kind of seen him more in, like, YouTube shorts or TikTok than I've seen him in music. Like, I've heard him, or at least I don't know if I've listened to him and not known it was him. That could have been happening too. But I genuinely really enjoyed this one as well. I feel like, you know, a lot of times when artists try and make a song that's, like, reaching out to a certain group or something like that, sometimes it can feel, you know, a little forced or a little gimmicky. I didn't feel that in this. I felt like he was genuine. I felt like, you know, he's talking from a place like he's been there before, and I can appreciate that. I definitely would put that one up in S tier, in my opinion. That's definitely, you know, I would hear that again and sing along. You know, it was catchy. It had something. It had some substance. You know what I'm saying? That was a full meal right there. Veggies, protein, carbs, all of it, with the water on the side. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was substantial. That was good. That added to the album. I Personally, in my opinion, I do not think he's missing. I genuinely don't think he's going to miss on the rest of the album. Wow, dude. Devil I've Been, again, S tier. Catchy, great chorus, great message, great beat, everything. I mean, just an amazing compilation of what sounds can be. like, like, wow. Okay, so next up we've got Never Love You Again with Sierra Farrell. I really thought she killed it. I mean, she didn't really have like her own part per se. She kind of just, sang in harmony with them, and I really enjoyed that. It was a slower, more love kind of, or not love. It was obviously Never Love You Again. It was a very beautiful, very thought out song. I probably wouldn't put it in S tier. Probably going to put that one in A tier. Again, I'm not complaining. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the song. Just in my personal preference, it's not competing with these. Like, that's just not what I'm, going for. Yeah, I would, like, love for that to be on, and I'd be bopping and swaying and vibing, light her up, all that. But I wouldn't, if I'm going to a concert, that's not the song I'm going for. In my personal opinion, Post Malone and Luke Combs should just go and make a whole album together. Just go ahead and do it. Just put it on the plans. 2025, it's coming out for real. Missing You Like This, S+ tier. Like, what a beautiful song. How could you even make that better? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know how you could improve that song. You can't. There's no like, listen, there's nothing in everything I know in all my years. There's nothing that could change that could make that better. Like, perfection. Okay, so next up we've got California Sober. This was another song that came on a lot when at my work. I really enjoy it. It just took me a while to enjoy it, and I remember that. I remember kind of being annoyed when it first came out. Like, it just kind of felt samey. But after I kind of was like, okay, wait, hold on, Post is on this. Like, I didn't know Post was doing country. I was like, okay, hold on, let me check them out. And then, once I started listening and I kind of knew the chorus a little bit, I started enjoying it. So for that reason, I'm probably going to keep it in S tier. I'm not going to put it in A, but it's not S+. I really do enjoy it now. I really do like the song, but I don't think it's S+ material. But it's definitely, S tier. I mean, you can't complain about S tier at all. But, I mean, fire song. So next up, we've got Hide My Gun. I really enjoyed it. The message, like, I was like, wow, I've never heard someone kind of go down that road before. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't heard it, I don't want to spoil or nothing. It's a really deep song, but I don't think I'd put that on my playlist. I feel like that's a really good listen. I'd probably hear that a few times. I really enjoy it, but I'm not going to actively search out that song. That's not where my mind's at all the time, if I'm totally honest. But I really did enjoy it. I feel like he's speaking on different topics. There's a few, love and girl and all this, flexing, money, but for the most part, every song has something to differentiate it. Every song has something that piques a different interest, and I'm really enjoying that. I'm really, like, you can call me a glazer, but this album is fire. Like, if you haven't heard it, this is peak, dude. This is awesome. See, my prediction was right, because he's not missing. He is not missing, not one time, bro. Right About You is fire. That's going right to S+. S+++++. Like, are we joking right now? We're joking that he could just drop this in 2024 and like, it's just normal. It's just casual. It's just okay. Like, oh man, this is a good album. Mexico is a banger. Like, absolute top tier banger. S+. Throw it up there. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, it's getting dunked. Okay, it's getting dunked. This is, put a ring on it, because that's Heat. I mean, it's completely different from the rest of the album, yet it still slaps just as hard. It's a whole different vibe. I didn't expect that at all. That came out in complete left field, out of nowhere, and it just slapped me across the face with greatness, like a happiness slap. Wow, I'm really hoping he finishes this out strong. Like, what are we talking about? Almost fully S tier album? Like, are we kidding? You know, yours, very true. Very, very true. But it's not, you know, life changing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I get that, you know, having a daughter and having to give her up and she's going to be somebody else's girl for, you know, the rest of their life. Like, that's a very emotional and heartfelt song. I just don't think it's comparing to the rest of these, so I'm putting that in A. I didn't hate it at all. I'm not putting that on my playlist. Like, I'm not going to look forward to singing that along, you know what I'm saying? But it was, overall, if I had to rate the album, we're going, like, honestly 9.5, like 9.6. This is a banger album. In my opinion, album of the year so far that I've heard. Like, I haven't heard anything close that's got dropped that's even close to this. So that's my take. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you could, leave a like or subscribe. That'd be awesome. Peace.